Hi, this is Peter. Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Cane Pole. I've got to go to the post office, so I figured I'd take this minute to talk to y'all and test out this windshield mount. I think it's a little bit angled, but you know, it's a first run. I'm going to see what I can do to maybe make a dash mount or something if this works with the sound. So, I know it's been a while since there's been a video from me. Part of it is due to the wife having been misdiagnosed with a kidney stone for a couple months and suffering, and then when they finally got the diagnosis, pulling out my driveway a little bit to the side because I'm also doing the video, but when my wife finally got the right diagnosis after several expensive tests, the CT scan is what finally did it, showed a kidney stone. So then we off to a new different doctor. During all this time, of course, we're having to pay for this and that, you know, expensive stuff. Finally got it to where she had met her out-of-pocket deductible for the primary on the insurance. So with paying the urologist, we're finally getting into what I would call free medical care, for her at least. But that took a lot of money and a lot of time. She actually had to have 2 procedures to get the kidney stone removed. The first one didn't break it up enough. It was supposed to be the least invasive. The second one, they actually had to go in and get it. Not surgically, thankfully. They didn't have to really open her up, but you know, they went in and pulled the stone out. Don't know what y'all know about kidney stones. I've passed a couple. I know how painful they can be. I can't imagine one getting stuck like she had. We ended up going to the hospital just because she was doubled over in pain and whatnot. The hospital couldn't believe that, you know, she still had that big of a kidney, you know, that big of two pieces that big that were left in her when we did that. Okay, so get all that situated, get home. About a week later, she had to have a little stent removed. We go out to the fishing club. I have my camera with me. She goes and naps in her hammock, and I sort my plastic worms and basically don't do anything else. We've had a rough time of it, and all I wanted to do was just sit out there and enjoy nature. I didn't even pick up my camera. Okay, there's no excuse for that, but you know, didn't do it. Then, like a week or two later, we had the club tournament, which was back in the 10th of May. So this has been going on with my wife for, you know, months. I would say even before my Santa season started, she was feeling it, but definitely after, you know, January, she was getting into it. So we had the fishing tournament. Okay. Then to turn around and I have to go get my daughter from college. Turns out she wants to get a job, so she's, you know, hopping around, and we're trying to help her find something. She finds one, and she goes and gets the drug test after the interview, which basically meant she's hired and she's working it now. But on her way back from the drug test, she crashes her mom's car into the back of somebody else. Well, even with all this medical expenses, I have been squirreling away some money from things I've been selling, and you know, some things I've done, you know, a few things I've done here and there, you know, just made a little extra money here and there, and I've been squirreling away for a few years now, for some cash. I've been going to buy a project truck, but we're now down one vehicle. We have one vehicle and 2 people needing to go to work with one vehicle. Plus that leaves me alone, and my other daughter, of course, has her own car. She's paying. So I immediately go out. I figure the daughter that has to work might be able to use the Jeep back and forth, or we can take her back and forth until we finally get from the insurance company, because I'm figuring the vehicle's totaled. That in and of itself took about a month for them to decide what they were going to do. But in the meantime, I figure I can take her back and forth if I have a vehicle. The wife can take the Jeep, and we'll be good to go. Watch it. Here's the mail lady up here. So I go ahead. I get into my mad money. I know exactly how much I have for my project, and I start looking for a project truck that runs. I was wanting something that runs anyway. I looked at several 4x4s. One of them, the dealer was showing it to me, and it had a master cylinder issue. Yeah, that was not, it was in the price range, but it was not doable. A couple other had some engine issues, and I wasn't able to find anything in my price range for about a week, which is not unexpected. And then I bumped into what we're riding in right now. There will be more on this truck later, but I found this truck. It is not exactly what I wanted, because I really wanted a 4-wheel drive for my project. But sometimes you take everything else and you look at it and you say, okay, this is affordable, this is available, and it was perfect in other aspects. That's what I'll take. So I like to say, I'm going to introduce the truck later as a project. Less than a week after we purchased the truck, I start feeling like I've pulled a muscle or might be passing a stone myself, something. And about a week of pain getting worse and worse and worse, I finally go to the doctor. Turns out I had an infection. I had some swelling from it, stuff like that, which is what spawned me to head to the doctor. They gave me a shot of antibiotic, gave me some good antibiotics, tore myself up for a while, and gave me pain medication. Now, I don't like taking pain medication, but if you know me, I was taking it pretty regular. If you know me, I don't like taking it, but I was taking it pretty regular, and it still wasn't working very well for the first couple days. After the first couple days after the antibiotic, the pain started getting to a manageable level, and I was able to, quit taking the pain medicine, but it still hurt. That's been within the past month there. I'm still dealing with the after effects of the issue. It's not something I'm going to talk about any more than that. It's just I'm still dealing with some of the after effects. It might go on for another month or two before it's finally back to normal. I'll be all right. Just it doesn't hurt, nothing like that. It's just annoying. So, at any rate, then we had a few things to do this vehicle. Like I said, I'll go over it. And we finally, after fussing with the insurance company a little bit, which is odd for my insurance company, we got a check for going ahead and replacing the vehicle. Well, my wife's driving the Jeep. I've got this. The daughter was eventually going to need a vehicle for her master's program that she's going into next summer. She graduates from college in the spring of next year, and goes ahead and is going straight into her master's program. Part of that master's program involves her student teaching, where she will be having to go back and forth between college, or where she's staying, and where she's staying, and a school, so she can do her student teaching. So she was going to need transportation, which we were working towards that. That was a plan for a little bit more in the future, not right away. But there again, I have this check with the insurance company. So we spent another week or so looking for something else for her. I was not looking for something new. I found a beater. It needed a little bit of work, which we did, and was able to pay cash for it. She likes it. It drives. It should haul her college stuff back and forth, so we don't have to do pickup and drop off anymore, or drop off and pickup. Although I may still have to do pickup for all the artwork stuff. Any rate, it's been a busy time for us, and with the hospital and my issue, with the wife's issue and my issue, we had to cancel one camping trip because of the wife's issue, because there was just no dealing with that. I wanted to reschedule, but I didn't want to reschedule not knowing at that point what was wrong with the wife and how to fix it, which shortly thereafter they determined it was kidney stone, and went about all that merry stuff, which we would have never been able to hit the campground with that. I canceled it just within time to get any form of refund at all. Then with my issue, I was hoping we might be able to go, but I was just still in so much pain, I canceled it like a day before. which doesn't get you a refund, but I didn't care at that point. We had gotten a deal on the camping, and I wasn't going to go. Someone canceled the campsite to open it up for somebody else. At any rate, the lady on the phone told me they couldn't do that. Well, she left a note for the ranger, to tell him, the park superintendent to tell him this was going on. He calls me the next day. He asked me, can we reschedule you another time, because I really appreciate the fact that you were trying to, open the site so somebody could take it that day. Which I was very happy to do it. I looked at our schedule, and not this weekend coming up, but the following weekend we will be going to go do that campsite. Then in 2 weeks after that, we have we're taking a deal on a camping cabin, which is unusual. It's not too far from the house. I really don't have to stay there, but it's close to the club. So depending on what goes on, should be some video from that. It might also involve the Ultimate Outsider Weekend program. We haven't decided yet if we're going to do that or original plans. So that's coming up. In the meantime, last weekend, I took a trip down to Florida, and honestly, from the club fishing tournament to this trip to Florida, which about a month, a little over a month apart, I had gone fishing in my backyard 15-20 minutes maybe before I just couldn't take it anymore. So that's the only fishing I've really got in the past little bit of time. I promise you we're going to start doing a little more. There may be more videos like this. I'm going to see what I can accomplish with the equipment that I have, or order something to maybe dash mount where it's more here, so I can be looking at you without glancing over too much, still be driving. This video's probably gone on long enough. At any rate, this kind of explains what was going on in life and why there wasn't any videos. I'm going to do another one on this truck, and then we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try and start getting into it. Oh, by the way, what I'm going to do here in the near future is I'm going to try and do videos that are not fishing related. I wouldn't call them video blogs, because I don't intend on blogging recording every aspect of my life. But this is in relation to a video I've already uploaded, I just haven't published. We went to the farmer's market last weekend, and I recorded some of the trip. I'm going to start doing stuff like that. I'm going to start doing some recording of stuff that we do beyond fishing, beyond camping. I just figured you guys might take an interest in, and with the way things have been going, it may be that that's the only way I can get videos done. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. At any rate, I'm pulling into the post office, so I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoy future videos.